Now our big story. After Italy gave in and agreed to send back 2 Marines accused of killing Indian fishermen, the duo are on their way back to India. Italian media reports now say that they have left for India around midnight. Italian Deputy Foreign Minister will also be accompanying them. He has said the Indian government has assured them there will be no death penalty for the Italian Marines.
कोई डील का प्रश्न नहीं होता है, इसमें डील क्या हो सकती है? कोई डील नहीं हो सकती है। लेकिन मैंने आपसे कहा था, पहले भी कहा था कि कूटनीति का एक अस्तित्व है, कूटनीति का एक योगदान होता है अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संबंधों में, और कूटनीति को विफल समझ लेना बहुत जल्दी कोई समझदारी की बात नहीं है।
सलमान साहब, जो एश्योरेंस दिया गया है कि कैपिटल पनिशमेंट नहीं दिया जाएगा, अरेस्ट नहीं होगा, आखिर क्यों?
क्लैरिफिकेशन दिया गया है
जी, जो भी है
जो हमको समझ में आया वो हमने कह दिया, और जो समझ में आया वही हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने भी रख देंगे। तो इसमें कोई किसी को आपत्ति नहीं हो सकती है। अगर 22 तारीख तक उनको आने का समय था और 22 तारीख को ही वो आ जाते हैं, तो फिर किस बात के लिए अरेस्ट करेंगे?
सर, किसी घटनाक्रम में भारत को क्या प्रकार की शर्त भी रखी गई है भारत सरकार?
नहीं, कोई शर्त नहीं रखी, सिर्फ जो वास्तविकता है उसको स्पष्ट किया गया है। वास्तविकता क्या है ये पूछा गया था। वास्तविकता को हमने स्पष्ट किया है, और उस वास्तविकता को मानकर और समझकर और सुनकर इटली का अपना निर्णय है।
Well, they have to get back first, and though they left early in the early hours of the morning Italian time yesterday, they haven't reached here as yet. What we hear is that they should be here in a couple of hours. But that said, what we also heard is that they left a little late. Their departure was delayed by a little bit. And we also hear that along with the Marines, there will be an Italian official who will be accompanying them. It is possible that they should be here soon, and then of course we will know where they stand. What we also hear from sources in the government is that this was a result of the differences, very serious differences within the Italian government. That the Italian defense minister, supported by certain military personnel, top military personnel, generals, and of course the right-wing elements in Italy, were very, very strongly in favor of the Marines staying. And this led to a strong division within the Italian government, and the Marines not coming was really a result of that. Now, of course, that has got sorted out, and the promises that were made by the Italian government will be kept and are being kept.
So if the government's diplomacy succeeds, if the opposition wishes to claim credit, I have no objection, but ultimately it is the government's diplomacy which has succeeded, isn't it? People know it's the government which takes diplomatic efforts.
Well, I think the decision of the Italian government to return the Marines is a welcome development. It has vindicated the Indian judicial system. It has vindicated India's diplomacy, and the proactive articulation of India's perspective with the Italian government has prevailed. I hope that this matter will now be resolved according to time-tested and repeatedly validated processes of the Indian judicial system. The Indian judiciary will render justice according to law to all, including the Marines.
Like the Bharatiya Janata Party, we do not have a habit of tilting at windmills. I do not want to remind them about the attitude which they have adopted on the question of commuting Peter Bleach's sentence. I also do not want to remind them about the attitude which they adopted with regard to the Latvians in that same very episode. Suffice to say that when the Supreme Court of India makes an order, it becomes the responsibility of all other instrumentalities to see that those orders are carried out. And if at all there are certain positive developments, as a mature democracy, I don't think there is either a need to applaud or a need to be unnecessarily critical. We should learn to take things in our stride and also be cautiously circumspect about the fact that Indian democracy, being mature as it is, its gravitas is being recognized across the world.
Firstly and most importantly, from being a completely uncertain situation for Italy, it has become very certain, at least they know two things which they got through from the Indian side in terms of an agreement, that there will be no arrest, and secondly that there cannot be a death sentence. The Ministry of External Affairs and the Government of India consulted with the AG, and after consulting with the Attorney General, sent out a written agreement with to the Italian government, wherein these two areas have been covered. So the Italian government very clearly now at least a little happier with what with the current situation. What is really going to happen right now is that the Italian Marines are already on their way. They will make a stopover and then will be reaching India, after which they will first be taken to the Chanakyapuri police station to mark their presence, that they have arrived over here, to report that they have arrived in India, after which they will be staying in the Italian embassy. Now remember, Italian embassy is Italian soil, so they want to, the Italian government and the Italian embassy want to ensure that their privacy is secure and that they're not troubled or disturbed, and the fact that they will still be in Italian soil. But they will be facing the courts of India. The Indian government had made it very clear that this is a bilateral issue. The idea of taking this entire matter to International Court of Arbitration or any such thing is an ongoing dialogue which India is continuing with Italy.